Wow, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Boost. I'm so glad that you've joined us this morning as we look at the book of Mark. And we're talking here in chapter 13 where Jesus talks about the future, what's coming up, what's ahead. And we pick it up from verse 13. It's quite a long passage this morning, so bear with me. As Jesus was leaving the temple that day, one of his disciples said, "Teacher, look at these magnificent buildings. Look at the impressive stones in the walls." Jesus replied, "Yes, look at these great buildings, but they will be completely demolished. Not one stone will be left on top of another." Later, Jesus sat on the Mount of Olives across the valley from the temple. Peter, James, John, and Andrew came to him privately and asked him, "Tell us, when will all this happen? What sign will show us that these things are about to be fulfilled?" Jesus replied, "Don't let anyone mislead you, for many will come in my name, claiming I am the Messiah. They will deceive many, and you will hear of wars and threats of wars, but don't panic. Yes, these things must take place, but the end won't follow immediately. Nation will go to war against nation and kingdom against kingdom. There will be earthquakes in many parts of the world as well as famines, but this is only the first of the birth pains, with more to come. When these things begin to happen, watch out. You will be handed over to the local councils and beaten in the synagogues. You will stand trial before governors and kings because you are my followers. But this will be your opportunity to tell them about me, for the good news must first be preached in all nations. But when you are arrested and stand trial, don't worry in advance about what to say. Just say what God tells you at that time, for it is not you who will be speaking, but the Holy Spirit. A brother will betray his brother to death. A father will betray his own child, and children will rebel against their parents and cause them to be killed. And everyone will hate you because you are my followers, but the one who endures to the end will be saved. The day is coming when you will see the sacrilegious object that causes desecration standing where he should not be. Then those in Judea must flee to the hills. A person out on the deck of a roof must not go down into the house to pack. A person out in the field must not return even to get a coat. How terrible it will be for pregnant women and for nursing mothers in those days. And pray that your flight will not be in winter. For there will be greater anguish in those days than at any other time since God created the world. And it will never be so great again. In fact, unless the Lord shortens a time of calamity, not a single person will survive. But for the sake of his chosen ones, he has shortened those days. Then if anyone tells you, "Look, here is the Messiah," or "There he is," don't believe it. For false messiahs and false prophets will rise up and perform signs and wonders so as to deceive, even if possible, God's chosen ones. Watch out. I have warned you about this ahead of time. At that time, after the anguish of those days, the sun will be darkened, the moon will give no light, the stars will fall from the sky, and the powers in the heavens will be shaken. Then everyone will see the Son of Man coming on the clouds with great power and glory, and he will send out his angels to gather his chosen ones from all over the world, from the farthest ends of the earth and heaven. Now learn a lesson from the fig tree. When its branches bud and its leaves begin to sprout, you know that summer is near. In the same way, when you see all these things taking place, you will know that his return is very near, right at the door. I tell you the truth, this generation will not pass from the scene before all these things take place. Heaven and earth will disappear, but my words will never disappear. However, no one knows the day or hour when these things will happen, nor even the angels in heaven or the Son itself. Only the Father knows. And since you don't know when that time will come, be on guard, stay alert. The coming of the Son of Man can be illustrated by the story of a man going on a long trip. When he left home, he gave each of his slaves instructions about the work they were to do, and he told the gatekeeper to watch for his return. You too must keep watch, for you don't know when the master of the household will return. In the evening, at midnight, before dawn or daybreak. Don't let him find you sleeping when he arrives without warning. I say to you what I say to everyone, watch for him. Whoa, there is so much in that passage of scripture, so much gold. But a couple of points I just want to encourage you with this morning is be aware that you don't get misled. You need to be really, really mindful of people who seek to lead us astray, who take a truth but distort it for their own benefits. Don't be caught up in that sort of teaching and that sort of access those things sometimes that you can get hold of through the media. But always look to the Bible and ask, what does the Bible say in reference to this? Don't fall for smooth sounding speech, which is actually contrary to the word of God. It may tickle our ears. It may in some way appeal to our humanity, but it's not actually based on truth. And then the other really important thing about this passage is to be ready. This is the most important principle Jesus wants us to get from this, that his coming is imminent. It could be any time. We don't know. We see signs and we kind of make predictions, sometimes assumptions. But the truth is we don't know when he will come again. But he tells us the position that we need to take while we're waiting, which is to be alert, to be ready, and to live our lives in the light of eternity, to know that we're only pilgrims passing through. This is not our final destination. This is not our final home. And that he is coming back to set everything right. And so all the things that we worry about, that we're concerned about, be confident and know that our God has it in control. He's going to set everything right when he comes. But in the meantime, we're to be watchful, we're to be alert, we're to be wise, and we're to stay very, very closely grounded in his word. That's where we get our truth from. Not all of these other opinions of good people sometimes who mean well, but stay grounded in the word of God, and he will guide you and lead you until he does come again. So wow, what a powerful, jam-packed passage that was. So much more I could say about that, but just want to encourage you this morning just to lean into him and to stay close to him. And I'm going to pray to that effect as we close our Boost devotion this morning. Lord, thank you for the challenge of this passage of scripture. It's true. We don't know when you're coming again, but Father, help us to keep our eyes firmly fixed on you. Father, our gaze and our attention. And Father, help us to draw wisdom from your word as we seek to be authentic, genuine followers of you. And Lord, I commit every listener to you today. I pray that you would use them effectively to tell other people about Jesus. Give them opportunities to let their lights shine, I pray. And I commit every person to you who calls Real Life Church their home. Let them have a wonderful, God-blessed day. Thank you, Jesus. Amen. Well, guys, wonderful. Have a sensational day, whatever you're about to go into, in your home, in your neighborhood, in your workplace. We love you. You're champions, you're winners, and have a great day. Mwah.